The Ghost Red Clothes. In a small village at the edge of a dense forest, there was a strange rule. No one should walk outside after sunset near the old banyan tree. The villagers said a ghostly woman with long hair and glowing red eyes haunted that place. But like all tales, some believed it and some laughed it off. Among them was a young, curious girl named Baya. She was brave, clever, and a little too curious for her own good. Her grandmother always warned her, "Child curiosity is good, but only when it keeps you safe." One evening, as the orange sun dipped behind the hills, Baya was returning from her friend's house when she saw something fluttering on a tree branch near the forbidden banyan tree. It was a red cloth shimmering in the wind, glowing slightly as though it had a life of its own. Baya frowned. "Someone must have dropped it," she murmured, and before she knew it, she stepped closer. The forest was whispering. The crickets had gone silent. She climbed the tree slowly, reached out, and tugged the cloth free. As soon as she touched it, a sudden cold wind swept through the trees. The air thickened, and the sky darkened unnaturally fast. Then came a whisper, soft but chilling. "Return what is mine." Baya froze. The cloth felt heavy in her hands, almost breathing. She turned round, and there she was, a woman in white, long black hair brushing the ground, her eyes glowing like embers. The ghost floated closer, her feet not touching the earth. "That cloth belongs to me," she hissed, voice echoing like wind through hollow bones. Terrified, Baya dropped it and ran, but her feet wouldn't move fast enough. The ghost whisper followed her. "Once taken, it cannot be returned so easily." Baya stumbled into the village, gasping, clutching her chest. She told her grandmother everything. The old woman's face went pale. "Child, that ghost once belonged to Layla, the woman who died under that tree long ago. People say she was wronged and her spirit never found peace." That night, Baya couldn't sleep. The cloth had followed her home. It lay, neatly folded near her window, though she had dropped it in the forest. The next day, strange things began happening. Shadows moved on their own, mirrors fogged up with words written on them. "Return what is owed." Her room grew cold even when the sun was bright. The cloth would appear wherever she went, to school, to the kitchen, even in her dreams. Terrified, Baya went to the village imam. He listened carefully and said, "If the ghost spirit is trapped by pain, it can only be freed by truth and forgiveness. You must discover her story." That evening, Baya went to the old banyan again, this time carrying a lantern and a trembling heart. "If you're here, show yourself," she called softly. Mist rose from the ground. The ghost appeared again, her eyes softer this time, her face sad. "Why do you haunt us?" Baya asked. "Because no one heard my story," the ghost whispered. "I was Layla, a weaver who made cloths of silken color. One night, robbers stole my last creation and left me to die beneath this tree. I waited for someone to return it, but no one came. My soul could not rest." Baya held up the red cloth. "Then tonight I return it. And I pray for your peace." The ghost reached out her ghostly hand, touched the cloth, and for the first time, her face softened into a smile. The air grew warm again. "Thank you, child," she whispered. "Kindness frees even the trapped." The wind lifted the cloth into the sky. It shimmered like firelight, then dissolved into 1,000 glowing petals. The next morning, the old banyan stood peaceful for the first time in years. Birds chirped there again. When Baya's grandmother came out to call her for breakfast, she found a red silk flower on their doorsteps, fragrant and glowing faintly. Baya smiled. She's at peace now. That day, she told the whole village Layla's story. They prayed for her soul, and no one ever saw the ghost again. But sometimes, on quiet nights, when the wind rustles the trees, a faint fragrance of silken rose fills the air. The villagers say it's Layla, still watching over the girl who freed her. Moral: even lost souls seek peace, not revenge. Kindness, empathy, and courage can free not only others but our own hearts too.